A potential danger for drivers is being ignored by our government, and it may be putting all of us at risk. An exclusive Spotlight on America investigation reveals tens of thousands of cars in the federal fleet all across the country that are currently under active safety recalls.
But there's been no action to fix them, and federal workers are continuing to drive them. As national investigative correspondent Josie Sturman found, that discovery is forcing new action in Congress.
Potentially deadly flaws that could send metal fragments flying from the airbag in a crash. Problems that could stall the engine when you're driving at full speed with no warning. Defects that could spark an engine fire, allow a car with no keys in it to roll away, or a steering wheel to break from its column. These are among the alarming safety issues Spotlight on America found in thousands of cars driven by people who work for the federal government across the country. They're subject to open recalls the feds haven't fixed.
Cars are only recalled if they have a dangerous defect or they're in violation of a federal motor vehicle safety standard. So if you're allowing federal employees to drive around in recalled vehicles, you're not just putting the driver in danger, you're putting everyone who shares the road with those cars in danger.
Through a public information request, we obtained the vehicle identification numbers for more than 200,000 cars in the federal fleet from the agency that manages them, the General Services Administration. Then we ran them through the Vehicle Recall Search Service, a tool developed by Carfax and the Alliance for Automotive Innovation. Using that tool, we discovered at least 25,000 cars used by the government with open, unfixed recalls, many of them that date back years, and some cars that have racked up as many as 5 defects that haven't been repaired.
This is not a charge to the federal government. Anyone who owns a vehicle that has a recall can go get that recall done for free.
And Jason Levine with the Center for Auto Safety says not making those fixes is a massive failure by the GSA.
There's a responsibility on the General Services Administration to keep that car in proper working order. That includes making sure that recall repairs are made. Again, we're talking about lives in danger.
Their lives that belong to the federal government employees who end up behind the wheel of these cars, which are leased out by the GSA to agencies across the nation. Our digging shows recalled vehicles in the hands of at least 45 different agencies, from the Department of Defense to Homeland Security, the Department of Labor to the National Archives, the Army, Navy, Air Force, State Department, and even dozens of SUVs from the Executive Office of the President. What will it finally take for them to do something when there's been pressure from both sides to stop it?
Well, it's going to take an investigation, which is what we've undertaken here.
Earlier this year, Illinois Congressman Krishnamorthi launched an investigation into GSA fleet management after years of our reporting showed the agency repeatedly selling retired fleet cars with unfixed recalls to the public.
And it's just too bad that it takes, an investigative reporter to kind of shine a light on something that other government employees should have fixed a long time ago.
After getting legislation passed in the House banning the GSA from selling recalled cars, Krishnamoorthi is calling on the Senate to take action and asking the GSA to answer critical questions about the fleet, saying our discovery makes the importance of protecting the public from these potentially dangerous vehicles more clear than ever.
We have to fix this right now. That's our duty. That's why our constituents hire us, to make sure that we, at the least, keep people safe.
I'm Josie Sturman for Spotlight on America.
And Spotlight on America contacted the GSA with our findings immediately, asking for a response. But agency leaders told us they needed more time. For more on this investigation, including a breakdown of recalled cars by the agencies, just go to spotlightinvestigates.com.